The guy's name is Eric Johnson. He is from Teamzy, the founder and training of Teamzy. But I'm going to give you a little video clip that Eric shared with us of what Teamzy is all about here. And let's see. Oh, great. Thanks, Blake, for unmuting Eric. And let's just find out a little bit more about Teamzy here.
Network marketing isn't as easy as it used to be. The game has changed. Most people have already been approached with network marketing opportunities, likely a few times. They're skeptical and guarded, and you have to change the way you market to them. Big time. Remember trade shows, share and teach parties, low return on investment drip email campaigns and landing pages? Well, they're just not enough anymore. And if your only way of getting their attention is to interrupt them with impersonal offers and invites, then you should probably get used to being tuned out. So yeah, it's time to try something different. In a world saturated with mass advertising and constant marketing, people prefer to buy from those they know and trust. Today, it's about building real relationships and staying in contact with them consistently so they think of you when they need a professional. Relationship marketing works because it allows you to become the person they trust and recommend to friends and family. But relationship marketing, that takes a lot of work. Consistently staying in touch, prioritizing your relationships, keeping track of which products they buy, remembering to follow up, all that planning. And how do you even know what to say? It's a lot. But that's why we built Teamzy. To do all this and more in less than an hour a day. Teamzy allows you to have in one place your contact list and your follow-ups. It tells you exactly who to contact every single day, what to say to them, and when to do it. It takes all the thinking and planning out of this business and lets you be incredibly effective with your time. Some marketers try to do this with time-consuming planning, printed off lists or complicated spreadsheets, setting reminders in different apps, or they opt for the more traditional approach, cold calling, cold messaging, going for no, which leads to burnout, drains your energy, it's time-consuming. It produces low quality and often dead-end leads, and it damages your personal relationships. Teamzy is different. It's not just an app. It has a proven system at its core, which allows you to make relationships and not just a sale. Know who to contact and when using Teamzy's smart contact algorithms. Be time efficient while providing excellent service to clients who will bring you business. Produce warm, high quality leads referred to you from someone you know and who trusts you. Foster repeat business and happy, loyal customers. Why not trust Teamzy to do all this thinking for you? And hey, more than 10,000 network marketers can't be wrong. We've received hundreds of love messages and stories on how Teamzy has changed their businesses. With Teamzy's strong focus on relationships, you'll become the trusted advisor for friends and family, generate consistent high-quality leads, and rapidly increase your income.
Boise Super Saturday, please welcome to our Super Saturday event, Eric Johnson. You are on here, and we're going to have Blake spotlight your video here for you. But welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I'm sorry for the cold snap you guys are having. The sun just came out here in San Diego, and I'm not going to talk any more about it because it would just be obnoxious. But we also don't have the same beauty you guys have in the surroundings. So I am super excited to be here. I'm coming to you from my World Shed quarters. Any of you guys who have seen my videos know that I have a little man cave in the backyard away from my brood of children. I'm excited to talk to you guys about Teamzy. Here's what I want to do with you guys. I know some of you guys are new coaches. Some of you guys are total pros. Some of you guys are super pros, right? And we're not worthy type thing. So I want to talk to everybody in the group. I want you to know I was a Beachbody coach myself for 2.5 years, and Super Saturday was one of my favorite things because it was always so inspirational, right? And you got to meet other great people who are doing the business, make some new friends, learn from others. And I just always got me really fired up. I mean, if this is, I know this is a virtual Super Saturday, but you cannot miss Super Saturday because you do need that motivation every 3 months to kind of keep your business kind of rocking.
But you know, the thing that I always wished that there was more of at Super Saturday was more nuts and bolts. I mean, it was exciting and I was motivated, but I wanted to know like how, you know, and Jen Guthrie's talk today was one of the best I've ever seen at Super Saturday. Oh my gosh. Wasn't she amazing, you guys? I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you the same thing she told you, which is you need an hour a day and that's it. And she gave us some nuts and bolts, which was awesome. I'm super excited. She definitely has it figured out. I'm going to show you guys kind of some application points for some of what she even mentioned. But here's the thing I want you to know. If you're like I was when I was a new coach and I was going, okay, how do I do this? And they tell me invite, 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 but what does that mean? How do I do that? You know, and then they tell me, you know, just make a list and start inviting. And I realize when I'm doing that I'm coming across the way I don't want to. I'm feeling like a yucky, icky salesperson. Anybody, I don't know if anybody ever feels that way. And I knew there had to be a better way. Now, my background is in business coaching. I've been a business coach and still do consulting in the real estate industry for 15 years. My whole grown-up life, help people build systems like Teamzy for other industries. And when I found that there was no system for Beachbody, I mean, there really wasn't. We needed something like this. Okay, so here's what's going to happen over the next 20 minutes or so, you guys. I'm going to do as much as I squeeze as much content as I can into that 20 minutes. I want this to be nuts and bolts for you guys. I want you to be able to take this and apply it in your business today. Whether or not you use Teamzy at all to do it, no big deal. You should still have plenty of great content you can apply, okay? However, you will get an opportunity to do Teamzy for free after this to try it out, so hopefully you'll take advantage of that. So, one of the things I want to talk to you about is a lot of people think of Teamzy, if they've heard about it, as like a tracking app for Beachbody, right? It's like a tracker. And yeah, I mean, it does do your tracking automatically for you as you go, but I want you to know that's not really what it is. It's designed to be a lead generation system for you, a lead generation system for you. And I have to tell you guys, and you'll understand what I mean as I go into this presentation. But when Carl was talking about the 3 Success Club points now and the new challenge pack, like my first thought was, it's going to be so easy to be a Success Club all-star now, especially if you're using Teamzy. Especially if you're using Teamzy. If you were to use Teamzy for 20 minutes a day and just promote that challenge pack, it would be a no-brainer every single month. And I'll show you guys how that goes. I'm going to put the money where my mouth is here as we go forward. So one of the things also, besides it being besides it being a lead generation system, is it's designed to help you really leverage your time. Really leverage your time. Because you can spend a lot of time being busy and not being productive. You know what I mean? And one of the things that I always did with my customers when I was coaching them in their business was I had them calculate how much their per hour salary is worth. How much is your time worth? And it's amazing how when you calculate that based on how much money you make when you're actually doing the activities that make you income, based on when you're wasting time doing other things, it's amazing how that brings clarity to your mind and helps you focus your time. Does that make sense? So some of the things that you guys are doing right now for your business, you're not getting paid enough to do those things. You need tools that will help you leverage your time so that the little bit of time you have is done creating income. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me just jump in here really quick, and I've got a couple images I want to share with you guys. I have the ability to share, right? Yes. Okay, great. I know we're having 80s theme, so before I get too deep in this, I just have to share. I'm a kid of the 80s. I grew up in the 80s, okay? I know I'm older than some of you guys, but you guys should be seeing my picture now on the screen. I have to share with you, this is my favorite movie of all time, and it's also probably the greatest 80s movie. I don't know, those of you guys who are over 40, and there's probably just a handful of us, remember the Brat Pack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is like, if you haven't seen the original 1984 Red Dawn, you got to see it. But such a good movie. So anyways, just had to do that. That was my 80s shout out.
Nice.
All right. So, wait a second. My stuff's out of order. Oh, missing one of my slides. I replaced it with Patrick Swayze. It's okay though. We'll use Patrick Swayze's face to make my point, which is this. Relationship marketing, which is the system Teamzy is built on. It's about relationships, is based on one thing, and that's trust. It's based on trust. Okay. And if you're going to be successful in this business, you have to be able to build trust with people. Okay, and the way you do it, I don't have time to go deep into it. I have a ton of YouTube videos, you guys, where we go deep into how to build trust. But first, you have to be a trustworthy person. You have to have the right heart. You have to be here to help people and really have a love for helping people and seeing their transformations. Okay, one of the problems with network marketing is we come across like this guy. Anybody remember that movie, Groundhog Day? You guys remember Groundhog Day? Oh my gosh. I think that's technically a 90s movie, but man, such an awesome movie. So Ned Ryerson was the insurance salesman that every single day would bother our hero, trying to sell him something. And so many times when we come across and we tell people, I have a great opportunity to share with you, they're like, oh my gosh, you're Ned Ryerson. I don't want it. You guys ever come across that? So here's what I want you guys to know. Don't be like Ned. If you want to build relationships, you got to realize it's about trust. It's not about selling something. It's not about recruiting something. It should never be about that. It's about getting in the make someone's day mindset. How can I make this person's day? How can I make this person's day? And if you focus on connecting with people and making their day however you can, whether it's a smile, whether it's, you know, whether they need just a friend, maybe they need prayer, maybe they need a referral to a new dentist for their kids. I don't know, whatever it is you can do to help people, you'll be building trust with them, and you'll be creating lots of opportunities down the road to invite them to the business opportunity. Okay, so let me show you guys real quick. I'm going to jump into Teamzy just to kind of show you how we do it and how easy it is. Okay, so now you guys are looking at my Teamzy dashboard, okay? So let me close that out. So when you come in here to Teamzy, it's super easy to set up, by the way. You can do it in about 15 minutes. The guys that are using it will tell you how easy that is. But let's say the first person on my list is Susanna, okay? And I want to connect with her. She's on my up next list. Teamzy saying, connect with Susanna. I'll go to Facebook and I'll send her a message. And my goal is just to make her day, right? And you can see I've got a goal of connecting with 10 people on my prospects list. So I'm going to work down this list and I'm going to connect with 10 people. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed Jen shared one of her messages that she sends to people when they like a post on her page. I hope you guys wrote that down because you should save that. Do you think she writes, if somebody, she said she got 100 likes and she sends 100 messages. Do you think she writes 100 new messages? No way. She sends that same message. She's probably sent that same message 10,000 times, don't you think? That's why we use scripts to make this so easy. So if I'm going to connect with Susanna and I don't know what I want to say, I'm going to click on this scripts button right here. Check this out, guys. We put this all in Teamzy for you. I'm going to send her a Facebook message. And then I'm going to look down here, like, here's my connect script, basic one. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Great. I'm going to copy that script. I'm going to toggle over to Facebook. Guys, I'm going to send that message to her. Of course, I'll change her name. And then after that, I'm just going to paste it in her record here in Teamzy. Okay, you get the idea. I'll delete this one later. And she moves off my list. I go to the next person. I'm just going to do that 10 times. What is my goal with that connect? It's just to make their day. Oh, that was really nice to hear from Eric. Get a little smile. Now, here's what I want you guys to know. As I'm doing that, and I'll do it with my prospects, I'll do it with my customers, and I'm going to do it with the coaches on my team every day. I'm just going to put a little sunshine out there. And people will go, thanks, Eric. Great to hear from you. How are you doing? And you start a conversation. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to imagine. Imagine what would be how different your business would be if you, let's say, reached out and connected with 20 people every single day like that. And typically, the response rate to a private message is about 50%. So that's 10 new conversations you're creating every day that you're having. And your goal is just to be that guy or that gal that makes their day. That's a helper. That's a trusted advisor. And as you help them, you look for opportunities to help them deeper with your business. You're going to create opportunities for invites. Okay, so those opportunities are going to come up. And as you go through, let's say, you know, in my situation, let me go back to my dashboard. In my situation, my daily goal was 10 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 coaches. That's 20 people. I could do that in about 30 minutes, right? I've got scripts for all different types. I could do that in about 30 minutes. I send out those connects. Now people are messaging me back and we're having conversations. Now opportunities are coming up. So if I wanted to go look up Susanna later because we had a great conversation, How did you spell her name? Did anyone remember? There she is. If I want to look her up later, it takes me to her contact record. I can now, let's say we have a great conversation. We're connecting. She's asking me about the baby. My wife had a baby last week. So best of the bags into the eyes are all about that. She's asking me about the baby. I'm asking about her holidays. We're just having a great conversation. And that conversation leads to fitness, which, by the way, every conversation leads to fitness in January. Am I right? Everyone leads to fitness in January, especially because I know you're already a coach. And we're talking. And so now we're talking about getting into her challenge group. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite her to my group. Let me show you how I do that really quick. So easy. So I'm going to click connect. And I'm going to say, let's say we're talking about 21-day fix. Okay. So I always get people on the phone if they're interested. And I highly recommend that too. I did both in my business, guys. I sold a lot of challenge packs just with Facebook messages, but I found the pull through, the success rate was lower and completing the group and staying on Shakeology. So I always try to get them on the phone, have a great conversation and write down all their goals. You need to know their goals because you have to show them their goals constantly every time they want to quit. Does that make sense? That's why it's so important to know every reason why they have their goals. If they want to lose weight, why? Why do you want to lose weight? Why is it important for you to lose weight? So I have this great conversation. So now I'm talking to Suzanne on the phone and I say, okay, listen, I'm going to send you an email right now that has the link to order your challenge pack. It has all the information on the group. I'm going to send that right now. Check in with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Sound good? This is the way I do it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log that invite, that email I sent her. Okay. And see this little button here? It says invite. I'm going to select a type. That was a challenge group invite. Are you guys with me? Now, here's the thing that's really important, guys. So important. Before I record this, is the follow-up is the key. So far, I mean, some of you guys are excited at the thought of, wow, if I could connect with 20 people every day in 30 minutes, I could create a lot of opportunities to invite. Great. Now, what you do with those invites is what's crucial. Because the fortune's in the follow-up. How many people have heard that one? Fortune's in the follow-up. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to know. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-ups. Okay? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-ups. Have you guys heard that? How many of you guys follow up 10 times on an invite? Very, very few people do. Even the people that are amazing, like Jen Guthrie, who we saw doing it, I bet she doesn't follow up 10 times. She's just creating so much momentum in her business that it's okay that 70% of her leads don't convert. Because I've talked to 15-star diamonds that do 3 follow-ups. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if you guys have a sponsor like that, you need to say, can I have your follow-up list that when you delete them, can I please have those people you're deleting? Does that make sense? Because most people won't convert until the 7th, 8th, 9th follow-up. Now, here's the question I have for you guys. Why don't you follow up that much? Is it because you're lazy? No. Don't answer that if that's true. We don't want to know that. It's probably because when you don't have a system that helps you keep it organized, right? They fall through the cracks. But the most common reason why people don't follow up more is because they feel like they're bugging people. They don't want to be that person, that pest. They feel like Ned Ryerson, right? Am I right? Here's what I want you guys to know. I'm going to show you right now how easy it is to set follow-ups in Teamzy and stick with them. But I want you guys to understand this concept. It is so important. Get your pen out. This is important. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Now, why is it an act of love? When somebody comes to you for help, what you guys are selling people is a new life. It's a new life. They want help. They need transformation. And when you follow up, you're showing them that you love enough to care, you care enough, and you love enough to help them. When you fail to follow up, what you are communicating is, I don't care enough about you to follow up with you. You need to understand that. Because when you're coaching somebody in this business, it doesn't start when they buy the challenge pack. It starts when they're interested. Buying the challenge pack is the hardest thing they'll do. Because everything in their subconscious is programmed to hold true to the status quo. Nobody wants to change. at a deep level. Whether or not they feel like they want to change, subconsciously they're programming themselves to sabotage. And the only way to overcome that is for you to be persistent enough and to love them through the process and stay connected to them until they cross that first finish line, which is getting their challenge back. Okay, so let me show you how to do this, guys, really quick. I'm telling you guys, if you do what I'm showing you right now, you will always hit Success Club. Okay, so we're logging this invite still with Susanna. Now, before I log it, I need to set the follow-up. Now, I told her, remember? I told her that I would follow up tomorrow. I check in tomorrow. So I'm gonna set it for tomorrow. See how easy this is? You can do tomorrow, 2 days, 4 days, 1 week, or you can click this to get a calendar, do a custom date. Okay, I'm gonna do tomorrow. And when I log that, now you can see that that follow-up is set. So when I'm on my dashboard tomorrow, she's gonna be on my follow-ups list. There she is on my follow-ups list. Now, guys, this is so important. I'm gonna give you my follow-up dialogue that works like a charm every time. You ready? Here it is. Actually, it's in my scripts. You don't even have to write it down because it's memorized in here for you. So we're gonna go Facebook message, follow-up 1. There it is, follow-up 1. Hi, I'm gonna sub her name. Hi, Susanna, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? I'm gonna copy that script, okay? All right, now check this out. We'll send that to her on Facebook, send Facebook Messenger, and I'm gonna log it here. So when I log this, guys, these words are so powerful. I'm just checking in like I promised I would. I'm not chasing you for a sale. I promised you I'd help you, and that's what I'm here to do. Do you see the difference? What questions do you have for me? It's about you. I wanna help you. What questions do you have for me? All right, so look, I'm gonna log that message, and I'm gonna set the next follow-up for tomorrow again. These are short follow-ups, so you just check them again. All right, next day when I come to my follow-up list, there's Susanna. Now I'm gonna go follow up again. By the way, I put 10 in here. I put 10 in here so you could follow up 10 times with proven scripts and not even have to think about it, guys. And I know that you think, when you think scripts, you think salesy. I don't know if you've got that from now for me. I'm not salesy. Okay, follow-up number 2, here it is, boom. Hi, Susanna, just making sure you got my email, checking to see if you have any questions, boom. Great, copy that script. I'm gonna paste it in there again. Right, I will send it on Facebook, right? I'm just showing you how I log it in Teams. You gotta send it, actually send it in Facebook. Set the next follow-up. Great, now she's on my follow-up list again. Look at this, boom. Next day, I'm gonna go in and do it again. I'm gonna send her a Facebook message. I'm gonna go to my scripts. I'm gonna find follow-up number 3. Hi, Susanna, I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Every single day, I'm going to be reminding her with a smile. Guess what? Guess who loves you, Susanna? Me, your coach. Remember we talked about helping you change? I'm gonna be here for you. And every day when she gets that little message, guess what happens? She reconnects to the hope that was sparked by our conversation, even for a second. And then what happens? All that subconscious programming comes in and gives her excuses why she's not gonna check your email or respond to you right now. Oh, the kid just threw up on me. Oh, I have to run to the grocery store. Oh my gosh, it's snowing so much in Idaho today. I can't even think straight, right? Whatever it is, they'll come up with it. So you just keep, every day you just send that little gentle reminder to them. Every day, right? For maybe 5 straight days. Then maybe if they haven't responded, you back it off a few days in between. But you just keep sending those reminders. What will happen is about 7 days in, typically, after most coaches have quit on this person, they'll say, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Thank you so much for staying in touch with me. My life has just been nuts this week. I'm gonna check it out tonight and get my order in. Then what happens? Next morning you check coach office, no order. Just keep following up, just keep following up, just keep following up, okay? Most people will convert between 8 and 10, and if they don't, then you go back to your Teamzy, you set them to default. Let me show you how to do that. You go back, you know, when you connect with her, this time you're gonna set the default back to default, and then Susanna's gonna show up on my list later, a month or 2 down the road, and I'll connect with her again. But this is so important, you guys, and I went off on probably more of the follow-up tangent than I wanted to, but I want you guys to get this. You're connecting with people every day. You're creating conversations, having a great time, focusing on relationships. When people ask you for help, actually help them. And you do it by following up and loving them all the way through the process. And then if they're not ready, that's fine. Teamzy will keep them coming up every few months. How many of you guys have had somebody almost purchase or almost join your team and not. And then you find out later they joined another team. Heartbreaking, isn't it? Why do you think that happened? I'll tell you exactly why it happened. Because when they were ready, you weren't there. You planted the seeds, you watered the crops, you were not present at harvest time. Somebody else was. You did all the work. Somebody else came and harvested them. You need to stay in touch with your relationships constantly so that when the time for harvest is ready for each person, you're there. Does that make sense? And with a tool like Teamzy, you can do it with just like a second of time each day for each person. All right, so let me just go back to my pictures here with Ned. This is what you guys need. You need a system. You need a system, a way to stay in contact with all of your relationships. Okay, you can use Teamzy, which will make it really easy, or you can create your own system. You'll just spend a lot more time doing that, I promise you. Know when you should contact people. It's important. I didn't go into this today, but you have to prioritize your relationships so that you can prioritize your time. If you know 3,000 people like I do, you need to know who are the people you want to talk to most. Okay, Teamzy will help you do it. We have a real simple ranking system like you're ranking Netflix. You give people stars and the 5-star people come up more often than the 2-star people. Simple. Know what you should be saying to them. We've got the scripts in there to help you. You don't need to rethink the wheel. If you send a message to people and it resonates with them, keep using that message. Just keep using that message with new people. Okay, it's save your time, leverage your time, be efficient. And then make sure that people aren't falling through the cracks. Leakage is huge in any business, but when you understand that most people are going to convert between 8 and 10, and you're not doing that, just assume that most of your leads are leaking. They're going to somebody else. All right. And lastly, guys, if you want to be taken seriously, be consistent. If you want to be taken seriously, be consistent. What was it that Jen Guthrie said? She's 5-star diamond in 2 years, working an hour a day. Anybody? Anybody want to do that? She works an hour a day consistently. Did you guys hear her say that? I wrote it on my whiteboard. Consistently. She also said it's all about relationships. This woman gets it, and her success is a testimony to that. If you want to be taken seriously, be consistent. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. By the way, that's a little side note. Extra added bonus, besides being successful, when you're consistent, you'll attract more people to you than you were by being consistent. It's just like it's like compound interest in your favor. People respect that consistency. They're attracted to it. So as you're consistent, you're going to generate more business and you're going to attract more business. It's so kind of awesome. All right. So I've taken a big chunk of your Super Saturday, guys, and there's so much more I can show you in Teamzy, but here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you guys some action steps. Okay, things that you can go do today in your business. The first one is you need to go to teamzy.com and start a 30-day free trial. That's a no-brainer. 30-day free trial. It's free, no credit card required, nothing like that, right? Just go in, try it for free. We give everybody 30 days free because we know you're going to fall in love with it. Okay. Now, beyond that, because people sign up for that kind of stuff all the time, don't do anything with it, right? Get a 30-day success partner to do the free trial with you. Now, if you have a success partner, do it with your success partner. But if you don't have a success partner, go to your team page, maybe on the Boise Super Saturday page, and get a success partner for 30 days. Why a 30-day success partner? Just like a challenge group, when it has a small amount of time to complete, you're more likely to do it. Also, you may not like your success partner, so you can break up with them after 30 days. You know, you date your success partner before you marry them, type of thing. Get a 30-day success partner. And then I'm going to give you guys a 5-day challenge. Oh, wait, one more thing about the success partner. If you really want to leverage that success partner, agree to take a screenshot of your Teamzy dashboard when you've completed your day's goals and message it to each other every night. Do it before 9 p.m. because that gives your success partner who did nothing today the chance to get into Teamzy for 20 minutes and finish theirs before it's too late in the evening. But it helps. It totally will help because you'll get that message and you'll be like, crap, I didn't do anything today. I need to do it. Because here's one more principle before I get into the third one, guys, is this. No matter how busy you are in a day working on your business, if you didn't commit your 20, 30 minutes to new lead generation today, you did not work on building your business today. And building your business is like building your fitness, right? you don't just lose momentum when you skip a day, you actually backtrack. Okay, does that make sense? All right, one more thing. Let me get back here. Now I'm getting excited. I'm almost done, but now I want to keep talking to you guys. Third one, I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge, because before you can really do ultimate reset, you got to do 3-day refresh, right? 5-day challenge. All of you guys, whether you're going to get the free trial today or whether you're like Perry and you're already using it, is in the next 5 days, I want you to connect with 100 people. Okay, that's 20 people a day. Just for the next 5 days, connect with 20 people. And again, just use the scripts I put in there for you. If it's easier, just try it. Just go down your list, your Facebook friends or whatever, and message 20 people a day. How you doing? I hope you're having an awesome day. You know, tell me what's going on in your life and see what happens. That's your 5-day challenge. How many of you guys can do that? Absolutely. So your 5-day challenge. So for 30 days, if you do it for 30 days with a success partner, you guys, obviously I can't make you an income promise, but here's what I will tell you. It'll probably be the best month you've ever had in your business. Especially because right now, so many people are engaged. I mean, I had to close my coach business because of compliance issues with Teamzy several months ago. And I've already received 6 messages this month from people who want to get started on their health. So they're out there. They're out there. They're going to go somewhere this month. You need to be messaging people. If you guys take up that challenge for the next 5 days, 20 people a day. Yeah, I know tomorrow's Sunday. It's okay. It's okay. People are sitting around doing Facebook on Sunday. See what happens in your business.
Thanks a lot, Eric. That's totally awesome. That's what you got. That's amazing tool. How you created all this. And somebody said, you know, I see Teamzy has a Beachbody. How was that worded? A Beachbody specific function. Yeah, I mean, you were a Beachbody coach, so you designed this specifically for Beachbody coaches, right?
Yeah, this is very specific to Beachbody coaches. And we've got, I think right now, 12,000 coaches in the system. We have an online community. So as it improves, it's based on coaches who are working the business. So it's kind of awesome. We get, we start logging how many times people ask for something. We're like, okay, this is a need that people need.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
And guys, the setup is super easy to import your customers, import your Facebook friends, import your coaches. There's a university in there with lots of great tips that he's added. And then Eric's getting input from a lot of the community using it. And just in the short time I've been using it, since August, there have been features already added in the script enhancements and things that have just made it a lot more easier. Like you'll log in and say, hey, there's this feature. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's a no-brainer. When those features happen, you don't realize what a time saver it is. I know for me, I kind of, if I don't get into my Teamzy, it's kind of like a little adrenaline shot for me now. It's like kind of wanting to get in and get my workout done. And I was usually a notebook guy person, but tracking for me was horrible. And so that feature alone has done that. But the people that have been responding to me and getting challenge packs or getting into my groups are doing it because they're going, you know what? You didn't give up on me. You're always messaging me, seeing how I'm doing today. And following along the training that you had given, and then all of a sudden to see that in action, somebody literally respond that way and go, dang, he's right. It's totally awesome. And I really appreciate it. We do have 2 coaches that are using this. I want to have them come on and share their testimonial of what they've done. We've got Brittany Holden and Sharon Stark. Now I know I can't necessarily put you 2 side by side with a grid. Why don't we start with Brittany? Just kind of share what Teamzy is doing for you and your business.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Eric, for being willing to present for us today. I know Teamzy has been a huge game changer for me. I'm like Perry, I really like pen and paper. And for a while I was trying using Asana for the tracking, but I had to set all those follow-ups myself. And then I would get discouraged when I wouldn't talk to the right people, and it was overwhelming to me, so I didn't do it. And the thing that I have really loved about Teamzy is that I get to put in my why for coaching and my goals right at the beginning. And my why shows up every time I log into my dashboard. So on the days that I don't feel like working, right when I log in, I remember why I'm here. And it's because I love people and because I love what having a healthy lifestyle has done for me. And I want to empower other people to live that way too. And then it's not about, selling challenge packs. It's about connecting with those people and building those relationships, just like Eric talked about. And then the other thing that I love, which is kind of goofy, but I love it, is the little circles that we have in our dashboard and how those circles fill up as we go. Because I don't know if you feel this way, but I know as a mom, I get really overwhelmed because I never get to finish anything. The dishes are never done. The laundry is never done. Nothing is ever done. And I kind of felt the same way with coaching. Like I was never, I never felt like I was done for the day. I always felt like there was more people I could talk to. There was more, I could add to my challenge groups. There was more and more and more, and it was overwhelming. And so what I love about the Teamzy dashboard is I've set my goals. They help populate how many people I need to talk to every day. And I can log in, I can talk to those people, I can see my little circles fill up, and I can say, okay, I'm done. I've done enough for today. And I can close my computer and I can go back to being with my kids and being present with them, which was what I wanted all along with this Beachbody business. And that's been the great thing. One other thing I just wanted to say really quickly is that I got injured in December. I had a horrible tailbone injury from slipping on the ice. And before that, I got really sick. And so my workouts were lacking. I couldn't do them. My energy level wasn't great. I couldn't sit at the computer. And so I had to literally take off days in a row for my business because I was sick and because I had this injury. And then we had Christmas right after that. And when they announced the All Access Challenge Pack, I was like, okay, I'm super excited about this. I've got to get in and start working again. I can actually sit at the computer. And so I did. I got in, I started working again. People started responding to my messages. And Teamzy had all those follow-ups still saved. And I followed up with those people. And I hit Success Club in December, only working the last couple of days after taking, nearly 2 weeks off, because Teamzy helped me remember the people that I promised I would check back with. And if nothing else, helping me to not let people slip through the cracks and make sure they know I care about them as much as I truly do has been a huge benefit in my life.
That's awesome. Go girl.
Way cool. Very, very, very good. Okay. We're going to have Sharon Stark share.
Okay. Awesome. First of all, yes, thank you, Eric. I have loved this. I was told about it probably 8 months ago, and I was just like, oh my gosh, one more thing to figure out. I logged on, I kind of looked at a few things, and that was that. And then Brittany talked to us about it and said, you guys got to try this, and we got to talk about this at Super Saturday. So I was like, fine, I'll try it. And I did not get Success Club in December, but I'm already at Success Club 9, and it's the 7th. So it works. Anyway, yeah, I love that it's, the colors are I know this sounds funny, but they're calming, they're comforting. They're not super bright and oh my gosh, but it's not boring and dull either. So it's kind of fun to get in there and track. And I definitely love the whole circles filling up too, except for that I'm I want it to keep filling and keep filling, because a lot of days I'll go way over what I should. But anyway, that's super fun. I also love that it tracks who you need to follow up with, and that I can input what I already chatted with them about, so that I can kind of quickly see on there and be like, oh, okay, you know what, she already responded, so I'll just go in and input instead of go back, because she already said no thanks, I'm not interested. Instead of having to go back to Facebook and see what she said, I can quickly just log in there and say, okay, she already said no thanks, so log for the day, she said no thanks, and I'm done with that one. So that one's really easy. Or if I needed to follow up and then they already bought their challenge pack before I followed up, then I can say bought their challenge pack and move on and follow up with them differently. So I love that. There's one thing that I wanted to recommend that I'm oh, I wish this was in there. So maybe this could be something that you add. But under where you say invites and what kind of invites, I have several people that do not like participating in challenge groups. They want me one-on-one. And so I go in there and I'm oh, there's not really a way to log how I invite. I mean, I invited them as, hey, I will work with you one-on-one, not to a challenge group, because they've told me no in the past. So anyway, just an idea of a way to track that. But yeah, I love that I can track if I invited or if I just messaged. And it has been fantastic because it really has taken my time down from 4 hours a day to about an hour and a half a day. And that's awesome. So thank you.
That's so cool. Thank you guys for sharing those stories. One thing I do want to throw out there to everybody watching this is when you get into Teamzy, Perry mentioned the university tab on the left side of the screen. I did a webinar, gosh, maybe a month ago, called Hit SC Every Month. If you guys haven't seen that, I recommend you watch it. These are principles I share in there's principles that I've been teaching for 15 years in the real estate industry, but applied specifically to Beachbody. And just kind of an aside for you guys, like if you've sold one challenge pack, just one, like if you're a brand new coach and you've got one and it's your mom or whatever, and you watch that webinar, it will teach you how to build on that one sale so that you always have new people, always. I mean, you're going to be doing cool stuff on social media. Some of you guys have like pages. Some of you guys are meeting new people in lots of ways, but the best source for the next lead is your current customer. And I'll show you exactly how to go about doing that. So I definitely recommend that as you guys get in there and get your Teamzy set up, those of you guys who are already using it, check out that webinar. It's called How to Hit SC Every Month, Multiplying Your Current Customers. So because I think that you'll find that's really, really helpful because we're in the transformation business, your customers who are doing well are actually looking different. So they are like an advertisement for you. Does that make sense? So anyways, just a little note, but you guys, thank you so much for sharing your story. This makes my day to hear, that it's making a difference in your lives and your businesses. And the reason why we built Teamzy was to help you guys, but also we know that like you two, for example, like all of the people you're going to personally impact, like the more people you're going to reach now, that makes us excited. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.